What's going on, guys? Jeff's Reef Tank here, giving you an update on my 300-gallon office aquarium. So my last update, I was afraid that I had dinos in my tank. Turns out it's looking like they're not dinos after all. My QT tank over here seemed to have an outbreak of algae, and it was brown and some of it had bubbles on it. I did a transfer of most of the corals that I had in there that was salvageable, that didn't show any signs of it, to my main display, and it seems like it did affect my main display as well. Look here, you can see the light brown fluffy algae. That is what is all over most of my rock in my tank now. So seem to be winning the battle against the hair algae. I really cut the feeding down a lot, but at this point this is showing up. This is a rock that I cleaned roughly 3 weeks ago. It's pretty much white, and this is what's growing back. Normally hair algae would grow in it, but this white fluffy stuff is growing back. If you could see up top there on the return, see some small bubbles on the return there. I saw that in the QT tank as well and thought that was the dinos, but it seems to just not be slime at all. I know dinos pretty much look like slime. I've had them before my main display, and they were nasty, but this seems like it's really fluffy. See a couple of bubbles there, but it's not slime, it's like fluff. And different consistency than the green hair algae. You can see some left over here. That's the green hair algae, which is pretty much dying back. It's not really growing anymore. I'm going to do a cleanup today. But what I did notice on this algae that's different, let's see, I'm trying to give you guys a good shot of it. Probably here. If you notice, it has this thin spine on it, and pretty much branches growing out from each of the strands. So that pretty much confirms that it's not hair algae at all. Let me see. So this is hair algae. This is what it looks like, and it looks like it's Bryopsis. Bottom line, it's Bryopsis. So see if I give you another good shot here. It's hard to tell because it's very, very fluffy, and it's not the real traditional green that you see when I looked it up online. But good news is there is a treatment for Bryopsis, which is fluconazole. It works wonders from what I understand with Bryopsis. So I'm going to treat my tank with fluconazole now and see how that works. But everything else has been pretty good. I did have some issues with flow in my calcium reactor, so I lost a couple of acros to RTN. But other than that, you can see here, these are Tidal Gardens corals that I got probably it's going on 3 months now, and they're really encrusting and growing over the frag plugs onto the frag rack. See the white tips. This is something like this one here is green slimer that I got from an aquarium shop in Connecticut, and pretty much everything is having green tips. I mean white tips showing up on it, which means it's growing. So no issues with the actual corals and this algae outbreak. They are doing fine. Clam here is doing good as well, and yeah, most of the corals are doing fine. I didn't secure anything to the rock work for obvious reasons now, but all the Bacilloporas and stylos, got that one in the middle from Billy Pipes, and yeah, even the Monte digitata back there is just growing white tips like crazy. So things are taking off. Really good. So you can see a little closer here. So until I can get rid of this algae issue, I'm not going to secure anything to the racks yet. But you can see, look at this. This thing is polyps are just bursting out. So everything seems to be very happy. Here's Rico's frags. I met him in Jersey at the Reef in New York. So I picked up 10 pieces from him, and all the ups and downs of the tank, and these guys stayed steady. So no issues with them at all. So thanks to Rico. I did put in 9 turbo snails. They seem to have munched away at it first day, and it looks like they're full now, so they're just hanging out. And again, no issues with the corals that I do have in here. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm just going to get as much off of the rocks and see some patches, old patches of hair algae on the sand. What I also did was stop water changes. I used to do 88 gallons, which is 2 44-gallon tubs of water change every other week. And I found that between that and every other week, taking some of the rock out and treating it with hydrogen peroxide, I don't think the rock was actually getting cured again properly and getting the beneficial bacteria back on it. So I decided to leave it, and I'm hoping this is the last outbreak that I'll have with algae, and it'll go away, and everything will start settling back in. Seeing some coralline algae start growing again, and then once I see that happening, I will definitely be adding my frags to the rockscape here. Probably doing a little change up on the rockscape, but yeah. So other than that, I did pick up a UV. So this is a monster of a UV. I have roughly 320 gallons of water volume, so this guy is rated up to 400, so I picked it up, and also got a pump to go with it. But this thing is huge. It's 6 inches in diameter, almost a little over 2 feet long. So it's a monster, and just finding room for it. I think it's going to go into my fish room, or I'm going to have to find room under the tank for it. But I did not put it in yet, only because if it's not needed, definitely going to be picking up some of the goodies from Gulf Reef. So I think I may be finally getting a aquarium controller. It seems like the $500 model that's out now just got released yesterday. It's something that makes sense, and also getting a peristaltic pump for my reactor, calcium reactor, because I've been having problems with getting flow constant, and besides using that needle valve, it really starts clogging up. So that's something I'll be getting as well. Yeah, other than that, everything has been coming along good. Trying to be patient with this long haul, but ultimately it's worth it, and thankfully the corals are doing well. So yeah, other than that, that's the latest. So thanks for following along, guys, and I will keep you guys up to date. All right, enjoy your reef tanks, guys. Later.